Hi everybody, I am here today to teach you all about filling in your brows. So I'm going to teach you the most technical way to do it. If you find other ways that work for you, this is not always how I do my own. So maybe I'll do one brow the really technical way, and then I'll do the other brow the way that I usually do my own. So there's lots of different products you can use. You can use a pomade, a pencil, a powder. Anything that you feel comfortable with is what you should use. People ask me all the time what is best, and I always tell them whatever you're comfortable with. If you're not sure what you're comfortable with, pencils tend to be the easiest to draw lines, but powders are a little more forgiving up front. So pick your poison, try a couple different things. If you need a specific recommendation, go ahead and comment below, and I'll be happy to try and help you sort that out. So as usual, my mirror's over here, so when I'm looking over this direction, that is what I'm looking at. So the first thing you're going to do is this little divot here on your nose. You're going to line your pencil or your brush up there and make a little dash mark. And I do this really lightly so that I can create my lines and then fill it in. Then from this divot here on the nose, you line up to the outer corner of your eye and straight out, and then make another little line. And then from that same first divot, place your pencil and you want it to line up with the outer part of your pupil. So the high point of your arch should be right there. Sometimes you can see the line, sometimes you can't. So just kind of eyeball it. And then I like to brush mine downward first because that's the most sparse part of my brow, is that upper part. It's really tiny hairs and really fair hairs compared to the other ones. So I'm first looking at this little line here, and I'm going to connect this line up to that high point of my arch line. And you see I'm doing this in really tiny little strokes. That makes it easier to control and also easier to control how dark you make it. Then from that high point, I'm just going to connect down to that outer corner line. Looks pretty good. So then I will brush everything upward and do the same thing. I'm just making a parallel line underneath here, parallel to that top one. Notice I'm a little sparse there, so I'm just going to fill that in a little bit and then connect it downward again. And then I brush my hairs down, brush them up, brush them over, into place, and see if there's anywhere where it looks like there's not enough fill. So for me, that's usually right here, and I just draw a few little feather strokes in there. And then maybe up here a little bit to darken that spot. Again, brush it in so that it looks like your natural brow. And that's it. That's how I would do it. So now I'll go over to this side and do the same thing. I guess you probably don't need to see that, huh? So anyways, I said that I don't necessarily do this on myself. I don't need to mark those little marks anymore because I do this every single day. That's the only difference. The way that I filled it in by brushing downward first, doing that top line, then brushing upwards and doing the bottom line, filling it in, and then filling in the little gaps. That's exactly how I do my brows. When I feel like I'm starting to get a little sloppy, then I go back to my measurements and I just take those very seriously for a couple days. Then you can freehand it again for a little while. So anyways, I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments below. Follow me if you like what you're learning and you want to learn more in little small segments like this, or if you want longer form videos, let me know as well. Thank you. See you soon.